Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Nin? No, it's ni hao.
Ni hao.
Well, I learned ni hao.
So my Mandarin teacher at my school said ni hao, as it's just more respectful.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that in any of the things that I've learned.
Ni hao?
So we're learning how to speak Mandarin. We're obviously doing great.
We've gotten very far.
So what we want to do in this video is just talk about what we've done, some of the methods we've used up to this point, and what our plans are moving forward and how things are going. And we'll revisit this over the next few months.
Yeah.
So what have you done up to this point? What are some of the things that you've used to help you?
So I have a long commute to work every day. It's about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And so I found a kind of a Spotify podcast. So the first one I started was Learning Mandarin by Paul Noble. And I liked it because he was just so easygoing, and it made it easy to where teaching some phrases with native speakers, and then you can just always go back to chapter 1 or chapter 2. Well, then...
So I actually...
Oh, yeah, I sent it to you.
Used the Paul Noble one as well, and I really liked it. But then I went to the Paul Noble Mandarin for Children, and that's the one I've been using.
Yeah.
And that's been working pretty well for me. And we're going to put all of this in our description, so you'll be able to see what we're talking about. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, but I... yeah, you did.
I know.
Anyway, but I also did use the For Children as well. And I kind of go back and forth.
Yeah. The For Children is actually a pretty good one.
It is. It's kind of more up our alley a little bit. But then I went into another one, and I'll put it in the description as well. It's just Learning Mandarin Chinese, but it's a woman and a man who just, they give a lot of, it's not really like a lesson like you would have Chinese lesson. They just kind of give you bits and pieces. But what I liked about what they did is they talk about cultural things. So in between learning certain phrases and words and whatnot, they'll talk about etiquette and some cultural differences, and I loved that. So I kind of skipped really ahead. I think I went to like lesson 60 or something. Just because,
great.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So those are my big things.
I will say that the Paul Noble Mandarin for Children, what I really like about that one is they constantly are going back and revisiting every lesson. They revisit what they've done, and they'll say something, they'll introduce something, a concept, they'll say it, and then they'll say it or they'll let you say it. So they'll give a space for you to say it yourself. Twice. And then they'll have a native speaker say it twice. So something that I've learned is Wa Bu Sheng Yao Han Bao Bao.
Oh, you just wanted to say that first?
I did. Which means I would not like a hamburger, because, well, we're both vegetarians, and so that comes in handy a lot. But I will say also that the Paul Noble one, I got through about lesson 47, and I had to go back. I went back to the beginning because I started getting myself all discombobulated and confused and everything, and there was a lot there. So I went back to lesson 1 and started listening to it again, and that's been very helpful to go through it a second time.
Yeah, and I think that for me, so I don't know if there's any musicians out there, but I equate it to this.
I like to sing. Does that help as a musician?
No, this is about violin, playing
Oh,
violin.
I don't play violin. I just sing.
So, what I liked about the Paul Noble 30 minutes commute is that it's all sounds. You're not reading anything, you're not equating a word with what it looks like in writing, which was really good for me because I didn't focus so much on what it looks like in words. So, like the Suzuki method for playing violin, which Katie played Suzuki when she was 4.
Okay.
It's all about playing by sound, right? Not reading music. And I know there's a lot of difference of opinion with that, but I will just say that was very helpful. So then much later, when you see woo, right? Woo, right? And then you see how it's spelled, it's like, oh, okay. And then with the pinyin piece of it.
Now, with that though, because we're finding that Pinyin is very important, learning Pinyin, and we have had a debate about how to say he, she in Mandarin. So when I listen to Paul Noble's Mandarin for Children and I hear them say, the native speakers say he or she, she'll say pa, and you believe it should be
Ta.
Now, what I have recently found is that in Pinyin it is TA, but the T is actually pronounced as a P, and so it's actually pronounced pa, but it's spelled in Pinyin TA.
I don't hear her saying a P.
I do. I hear it. In fact, I just watched a video where somebody actually, they on the screen. And so I've started watching YouTube videos a little bit more. What's the one that Yoyo Mandarin, Yoyo Chinese is really good. And that one has an entire series on Pinyin, which we're really starting to dig into. But I watched this one and it had the Pinyin on the screen and it was TA and they pronounced it pa.
Okay. I don't know.
Anyway.
This is where we're at right now. This is where we're pretty much where we're at.
The goal is to be in a place in 3 months when we get to China where we can have not conversations per se, but we can get by. Like we can talk to the taxi driver. We can talk with ordering something at the restaurant.
And I know that WeChat translate, and I know that there's apps that'll help us. And I know we'll use that all the time. But being in an education system, to me, when my very first principal job was in a highly Hispanic neighborhood in Las Vegas, where 90% of the parents spoke Spanish, it was very important to me to be able to speak myself to parents in Spanish. And for the most part, I could do that as long as it was present tense, because sometimes my past tense would get a little
You always lived
wonky.
in the now.
So I would say it in present tense, and then I would say ayer for yesterday or mañana for tomorrow. I don't know. But that's important to me, is to be able to speak to parents and to have those conversations, and obviously to children. And then I was just watching a video that apparently, and I didn't think about it, but this is big. You get into the Didi and like, where are you going?
Yeah.
How do you get home? Do you even know how to say your street address?
Right.
Anyway, that's where we're at.
I do have to say, literally about an hour before recording this video, I had a very tense fight. I'm going to call it a fight.
It wasn't a fight.
With my ChatGPT, that I asked my ChatGPT, I put the prompt in that you are a highly skilled Mandarin teacher. Set up a plan for me with daily lessons to learn Mandarin in 3 months to be able to be functional in China. And it sent me to links on videos that don't exist, and
I don't know what you expected though from that.
I expected daily lessons. I asked it to be a highly skilled Mandarin teacher. I fired it. I fired my chat as my Mandarin teacher.
So there's that.
But we'll put some links in. We'll put links in. The nice thing about if you have Spotify, the Paul Noble books are free. They're included.
Yeah.
If you are trying to use other, I think in Apple or iTunes or Amazon, you have to pay for it. But in Spotify, it's included.
Yeah, it's good. So 我想要汉堡包和可乐. Oh, wait.
You want to eat a hamburger and a Coke?
I didn't say eat.
Oh, you didn't?
I said 我想要. I want.
You would like.
Oh, but really, I am vegetarian.
Right, so you would not like.
我想要汉堡包. Yeah?
Yeah?
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
And
Okay.
then we kind of
We
differ on
know
our
a lot
thank you.
about how to would like and that type of thing.
Well, 汉堡包is
Right.
kind of a fun word to say.
Okay.
So I don't know how often I'll be able to say that in Zhonghua.
But Kelly's like almost half the students in Kelly's school right now just walk around saying hum bao bao thanks to Kelly.
I do. All the kids love it. It's just a fun word to say.
It is. We started calling our dog hum bao bao. That's very inappropriate.
She just stopped.
Yeah, she's not happy about
She's
that.
not a real fan of being called hum bao bao.